Good evening, team. Happy Tuesday. What a day, huh? This is like the repeating theme. What a day. Wow. I mean, another huge down day, for all intensive purposes, on pickup volume, up 43%. Big volume bar, like what I was saying yesterday. Just the same theme as yesterday's video. Increasing volume on decreasing price. That is a 100% bearish scenario. We're coming down to this H pattern, that we talk about. So this could be a flush tomorrow, and then we go up. If you watched yesterday's video, I mentioned that that today, most likely will be a down day, a down beginning, then a reversal. I did not think the reversal would give it all back. I was thinking the reversal would kind of like stick, and we end up either flat or a little bit up of the day. But that was a big whoosh whoosh. We had a good maybe 300 point turnaround on the day from bottom to top. It was insane. This is the day right here. 15-minute bars. We open up, and then we had a little gap down, and then we kind of flush up a little bit and just give it all back, and we just go back and forth, chop, 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 chop. I had this trend line here drawn, and then when I saw this break, okay, good. This is what I was talking about. We go down for the day, at the beginning of the day, and then like around 11:30, at the European close, we pick up, and we go up, and then we kind of stay and hover around the high of the day, and we end up with one of these bars, not one of these bars like we ended up with. So the good news is, on these bars right here, I was posting, you guys saw I was taking profits like a madman. I was like, do not look a gift horse in the mouth. That was a gift. I got lucky, thank God, that I was able to make really, really good money today on this reversal right here. I closed out all my puts, all my short puts. They were all 35, 45, 55% profits from basically a day, a day and a half at most. And then we started reversing back like really, really quick. We had a little shakeout, and then boom. It just that's how I market. That's the way it is. On the SPY, my put butterfly. The same concept on the SPY. We had this little flush, and then we ended up even lower on the day. My butterfly, it's around here. Sorry, it's the SPX, it's the actual market. So let me. I didn't do it on the SPY. It's right here at 41.15 or so, 41.10. So if we have a little flush down tomorrow, I basically have a potential for a 15-point gain, which is on 100 shares is $1,500, and I paid $40 for it. So I'm risking $40 for a potential, probably 1,000. I won't let it go past 1,000. I have it set for that. So and if we don't, that's perfectly fine. If we go up tomorrow, I have no problem losing $40 because on my remaining longs, I'm gonna make 4, 5, 6 grand or whatever it is on the day. So it's a good trade-off. It was a hedge. It was a hedge that I kind of timed it based on what I saw here. Once we broke this bar right here in this reversal, I put it on just in case we would just flush lower, and then we ended up when I put it on here, we ended up here. So it kind of net worked out timing wise. Just got lucky with that, I guess. So overall, just a choppy market. That's why you have to be careful. That's why I'm not buying. If you notice, I haven't bought anything as far as going long because they're just not working. Even when we have a nice little breakout on some of our setups, they give it right back. There's a few that are working. SLB still working. We took the entry right here. right? And this breakout, this trend line, and this is, this is up another 7%. So, this is a good, that was a good trade. APA, that one was nice too. We took it right here, and this trend line break, and this is still working. I like it that it's holding the 9 EMA. Even in yesterday's, sell-off, it held, and today it held. So that's very, very strong action. High volume day. 66% higher than average. So it's a really good sign. TRGP. I wanted to kind of also point this one out, even though it's down. I already took profits on this day right here. I got out. I don't own it anymore. But even on this down day of 2.5%, see how it's holding the 9 EMA? That is strong. I mean, I was tempted, very, very tempted, to buy right here at 3:45 p.m. I wanted to pick up at least 100 shares, something very small, just because it's holding that. Because if we do have any kind of rally tomorrow, this is showing strong relative strength. See how it holds the 9 EMA until it doesn't, and then it breaks down. But so if it doesn't, it's a very low risk entry, because I'm going to be getting out within 50 cents and the potential, for $3 or $4. So I almost did, but I had a rule when I came into the day that I wasn't going to buy anything long, just because of the market it is. So this would have been a little gamble, and I don't gamble. I trade probabilities. Again, this would have been a really high probability. I like the setup because it's holding that 9. Let me clean this up. It's holding that 9 EMA like right there. So the very low risk entry. But my rule for the day was I was not going to put any longs on today, and I didn't, and I'm not going to, and I didn't do it. So I'd rather have this take off on me and go up 17 points tomorrow and me miss it, than not follow my rules, because not following my rules could get me in trouble later, in the long run. So I'd rather not make a lot of money, but not have the potential to lose a lot of money, if you know what I mean. Like I always say, I'd rather be out wishing I was in than be in wishing I was out. So I'm gonna stick with that, and I'm glad I did. I really don't have a lot today, because I don't want to force trades. I don't want to give you guys 10, 15 stocks on setups, and then one or two work, and then reverse back on you because just the market is so choppy. So I have a few, but again, honestly, I don't think I'm going to put any trades on tomorrow either. I don't think I'm going to put any longs on. I might put. I mean, if we blast tomorrow down a couple hundred points at the open, and the MT is at 5 or 10 or something like that, oh, you better believe I'm selling puts. I am selling premium like a madman, because I have an edge. I don't have an edge right now to go long, because the MT closed at 29, so we're low, but not low enough that gives me a really strong conviction that we're gonna bounce like yesterday. Yesterday we finished at 25. 25 is kind of like that line in the sand where, like, it's the lowest possible without still being too high. So I put some of that Google and Amazon trades on that worked out extremely well today. I mean, this is from 25, 15 to 100-point move. This 100-point moves makes you a couple grand if you have 200 shares. Again, I was in a short put, so I was selling way down here. Remember, I was selling to the 2300, and the 2350. So when this reversed back, these suckers right here like became kind of like almost nothing. So I was able to buy it back at like a 55% profit, and I had like 6 of them. The same thing with Amazon. I gave you these trades to you guys. I mean, you could be making good money if you take at least 1 or 2 of them. Same thing with Amazon. Same concept. I had when we rallied, right here, and then we started coming back. I got out, and I made, I think it's like 35%, 40% on Amazon. Really good trades. The same thing with SMH. I closed some of that. I closed some of Nvidia's out. I closed the Berkshire Hathaway one. That one was a good profit too. The AOSL, closed that one as well for I think that was a 25% profit. So again, I was just taking profits when, you know, in this little gift that we had in the middle of the afternoon, you know, right here. The second we started reversing, I go, I'm gonna get out, and that's it. So again, I want to give you some stocks that I'm seeing setting up. Put them on your watch list. Put the alerts. But me personally, I will not be taking any setups tomorrow. So if all these trigger tomorrow, I am 99.9% sure that I will not be taking the trade, just because there's no edge on the overall market. There's an edge on the trade triggering on a good low risk entry, because you have a pivot break and you have below the line a stop, so you have very low risk entry. But they've been reversing back in. Now we had a couple that hit. Let me see. I think it was BSM. Yeah, BSM. BSM triggered today. BSM triggered today. But here it would have stopped you out. I think it was like 1276. If you look at yesterday's video, I gave you 1276. So 1276 definitely hit. So you would have taken the trade, and before the day was over, you would have been stopped out again. You probably would have lost like $50. I mean, a couple percent. Not a big deal, but it's just not conducive to this on a market that's doing, that's doing this. You want to be, again, that 21 is still, look at that, it's sloping down even more. The 50 is sloping down even more. The 200 is kind of coming down a little bit. We're still on that death cross. We want to see this. We want to see when this becomes a golden cross, that we cross above it, then we take off. Then we have one of these guys, right here. When that happened, we had, boom, right here. You make really, really good money. I mean, like, it can make your year kind of money. You don't need a lot. As far as like, throughout the year, a lot of times, you can have like, 1 or 2 months, 3 or 4 months, 3 or 4 months. In a 12-month period, if you have five months that kind of like in spurts do kind of these things, you can have a very, very good year. And you do that year after year, you can have a very, very good trading career. So we wait for these. We We don't force trades here. Again, I'm trying to do what I preach. So if you notice, I'm kind of trying to follow what I'm saying in my own trading. Okay, so the ones that I do have that are looking to set up, right here, 2010 METC 2010. If it breaks this high right here, it might be a nice little entry for maybe to 23, 24, 25. I have a little alert here for a nice little cheat entry. If it breaks this downtrend again, it's holding the 9 EMA. See, it's holding it, so it has good relative strength, great numbers. I mean, great numbers. Decreasing volume the last couple of days, so that's a good sign. So I might take a cheat entry. I mean, again, and if it was a great market, if we're trending, if you're in one of these markets, I would definitely take a cheat entry here. But for right now, 2010 METC. Venom, VNOM, 3010. 3010. I want to take off. I want to take out. That 30. Psychological round number. If we again here, it kind of picked its head and it would have probably stopped you out. But again, this one is holding a 21. This one is holding. Every stock has its character. This one is not a 9 EMA kind of holder. It's a 21 kind of holder. If you notice, it's holding it until it breaks it. Then you get stopped out. And then when it reverses back, you have a nice little trend line here. When it reverses back above the 21, you have this little rally, and it's still holding it. So in theory, you wouldn't be stopped out yet. Look at this trend line. This one, this up move here. This held a 9 EMA until it doesn't, and then you get out. So here's holding it until it doesn't, then you get out. From here, if you take it here at, let's say 19. You took it to 25. That's a $6 move on a $20 stock. That's really good money. Even if you were taking it here at 2010, you would have been a nice run. So this is what we look for, okay? This is what we look for. Concentrate on these guys, not on this choppy action. I don't like this too much, but this could form a nice little base right here. Let me clean this up. This could form a nice little base right here. Go down a little bit and then break a trend line and go up on a good market. Great numbers. Great numbers. Okay? Venom, VNOM. Grin, GRIN. GRRN, 26.25. 26.25. I want to take out this high right here. Again, holding it, broke it a little bit, but today we recouped it. So again, it's choppy. It has long. See how tight action here. Tight action here, and then when it breaks it takes off. This is kind of like a little bit wild, but again, these numbers, man, these are just great growth, great growth. Top 40 industry group. Relative strength 99, up. Going up from this this 20 break right here. You can take it to 25. That's what I'm saying. So this can kind of come back a little bit, reset, consolidate for a little bit, and then take off. But it's got to do that. Don't anticipate it. Okay? GRIN 26.25. GRIN. And the last one, EXC. EXC at 44.10. 44.10. I want to take off this high right here, around here. Hopefully if it breaks 45, we have a nice little run to 50, and then take profits at 50. Again, look at this. Great, great chart. Just nothing but uptrend. It holds its 50 pretty nicely. It's holding the 9 and 21. So a nice little cup right here. I want to see a little more consolidation. I want to see a little bit, more of a handle, and then take off. But for right now, we're looking at 44.10 on EXC. Again, good growth last quarter, and consistent numbers. A little bit of a downturn, but it's picking up again in subsequent years. Top 40, it's a utility company, so it's not gonna, from 33, from 36 breakout to 39, a 3-point move. From 39 breakout to 41, a 3-point move. From 41 breakout to 43, a 3-point move. So, like I said, I'm looking at 44, 45 breakout to possibly 50 eventually. It's not gonna break any world records, but in this kind of market, you don't have the growth stock. You don't have the, the Nvidias, lighting up the world. They're doing this, They're not doing this anymore. They're doing this. So, and now it's below the 50. That's why I was kind of selling the 200 here, and I made some good money today in this little reversal. I have 4. I still have the 175. I have 4 of those, and I took very good profits on 2 of them, and I still have 2 for April. After hours is down because the futures are down after hours, but it doesn't mean anything. Tomorrow we could have a nice little blast off. That's irrelevant. So again, just the market is not conducive to buying a lot of shares right now. I mean, you don't want to buy shares when the market is doing this. I mean, this is just not, and the Fed hasn't even started raising rates yet. I mean, sometime in March they're going to do it. So we haven't even started the cycle of actual physical rates being increased. So most of it, it's already here, expected. It's already priced in. I'm pretty aware of that. But if we have a surprise, the market is expecting 0.25, a quarter point. If for some reason they go a half a point, I mean, this is gonna just go berserk on the downside, which will give great opportunity for an extended bounce to make some money. So every action in the market is an opportunity, but you have to have an edge. You can't just gamble and anticipate a move. Don't ever anticipate a move. Have the market tell you by your parameters, by technical analysis, by just looking at things and seeing, okay, this is a reversal. Like, for example, you had this downtrend line, and okay, now it's going up, so now I'm going to start buying. Well, no, it came back down. Okay, now I'm going to start buying. Now I'm going to start buying. No, it came down. Now I'm going to start buying. Well, no, it came down. And then, well, here, okay, now it broke a trend line. It broke character. The character was this. Now it's doing this. Now we take action. I'm talking in the big picture, not in a 15-minute chart, but I'm kind of giving you an idea of like, wait for confirmation. Wait, don't anticipate. Every little wiggle doesn't, like even here, every little wiggle, then boom, take off. So it's not, even here, like, see, you never really kind of did it. It poked its head, it got you to think, okay, we're going higher now because it's broke this high, and then boom, sold off. So wait for confirmation. Don't anticipate because you're gonna get burnt if you anticipate. So I digress. Again, I am not, for the most part, I mean, as I'm sitting here right now, I don't expect myself to be buying anything tomorrow unless we have like, even if we have like a 200 point update tomorrow on the open. I have plenty of longs. I still have shorts on Nvidia, MU, SMH, AOSL. I have the one that ends, the one that's short dated, expires next week. So I still have a lot of short exposure, short puts exposure for the long side to take advantage if we go up tomorrow and have a very good profitable day. And if we go down tomorrow, well, I minimize risk tremendously, so I shouldn't be hurt too much. And then I have that SPX little butterfly that if we drop like 50, 60 points tomorrow on the S&P, that sucker's going to pay off real nice. And if we don't, it's a $40 bet. That's basically it. All right, guys, have a blessed rest of the evening, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.